Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. All right, this lesson's about basically you want to give your best effort to the Lord. You don't want to slack on the Lord. You want to put your best foot forward in doing the work of the Lord. I was talking to the brother Shakal a couple weeks ago, and he was telling me how, he felt like he wasn't doing enough videos and felt like he can do more. He was talking about how not doing the bare minimum, it just ain't good enough, and he wanted to do more. And I was hearing him, and I was thinking to myself, that sounds like somebody that fears the Lord, because you could never truly do enough, But it's just the fact that he said he felt like he should do more, because he said he didn't want the Lord to return with him just feeling like he could have did more, but he didn't do more. And that's somebody that's truly asking for more on their plate because they feel like they have enough strength to do better, And that's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was saying he wanted more on his plate. He felt like he could do more. And, that kind of stuck in my head. And even with me, I could do more too. There'll be times when I'll be procrastinating. It's funny because a long time ago, when I talked to him, I was having a conversation with him, and he was talking about that. He used that word procrastinating, like you'll do it later. You'll be like, all right, I know what I need to do. I'll get to it. I had a conversation with him years ago about this. And that's a battle. You don't want to ever get comfortable in this ministry, man. You don't ever want to get to a point where you're just comfortable with doing the bare minimum. You want to do more. I remember the brother, we call him Pops. He used to do what we call a double bubble. He would camp in Chicago, and then the next day he would go camp in Indiana, and then he would do his videos throughout the week. That just goes to show, when you got the strength to do things, you do it, You could do more, you do it. And I used to do it too. I used to do it with him. I used to love going to Indiana. The next day after camp, you camp here and then you go to Indiana and be with the brothers in Indiana. There's a lot of good memories around that time. The fellowship and just being out there in the war with them, But bottom line, man, you in this faith, you don't want to feel like you didn't do enough. You want to do what you're supposed to do, and even more, because it just shows that you care for the Lord and you care about your salvation. So do what you have to do. Um, store up your treasures in heaven as much as possible, and because what we're about to go through is extreme, and we want to be on point. And whatever little gems the Lord can plant in our spirit, with those faith boosters, we want them. And you get those when you put your best foot forward. So this is Sirach 5:7. It says, "Make no tarry to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance." So you don't want to make no tarry to turn to the Lord and be putting off from day to day, because you'll get caught up. When you think things are sweet, you'll get caught up. Like the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to anybody that thinks that, everything's all good. The Lord ain't coming back for another 5 years, or or you thinking like that, you're going to get hit. And the worst hit is the hit you get hit with that you're not even seeing. That's why the Lord said, "I will return like a thief in the night." A thief is not going to announce when he's coming. He's going to sneak up on you. That's in your security. All right? So you got to be watching like the watchman, because that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be watching for the return of the Lord. All right? Salakia. This Ecclesiastes 9:10. It says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest." So whatever you're going to do it with your might. Like that Mortal Kombat song. It says, "Test your might." You got to test your might. You got to do things with your strength, the strength the Lord gave you. All right? Because the Lord gave you a position in his army. You want to do that the best you can. Because if you're not, the Lord will get rid of you. He'll spew you out, and you don't want that. You don't want to get, you don't want to get spewed out. You don't want to be lukewarm, like he tell you in the book of Revelations. Yeah, the scriptures say, man, the Lord could have raised up stones to do his will. You don't want to ever feel like the Lord needs you. The Lord don't need you, man. You need the Lord, man. So you got to act like it. You got to act like the person that you're working for, you need them. You need your boss. You kissing your boss's ass, to get a promotion, to get a raise, or just being around them. You don't give the Lord the type of reverence that he deserves. The the type of respect that he deserves. You know what I mean? You're a servant of him. You work for him. Some Jake do better at their own job and work harder at their own job than they do in this ministry, man. Man, ain't a good look. You gotta do better. You know? You gotta do better. Galatians 6 and 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we're gonna get what we want if we don't faint. All right? We just gotta do the will and finish the job. All right? Just do the will and finish the job. So do the best we can for the Lord. All right? And do everything we got to do to get to the kingdom. All right? Verse 10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. So those who are of the hopeful elect, doing everything that they can, you know what I mean? We do good unto the brotherhood. And to those who are of our same nation, we do good unto them by what? Prophesying to them and telling them who they are and giving them knowledge, whether they hear, whether they forbear. But since we got the opportunity, we do good to both. It's just that there's levels to it. So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai.